Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there. Hello, kids. Welcome back to another episode. Well, you know what time it is. She's a little bit salty.
He's a whole lot of petty, and together with a salty and petty in today's sad podcast.
Duh. That's right, kids. We're going to talk. We had two big celebrity deaths recently. Michelle Trachtenberg.
2025 is a dumpster fire, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
I know. Michelle Trachtenberg and Gene Hackman.
I want to talk about Gene Hackman first, if that's okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
And I think the thing that these two things have in common is they're Americans, and our healthcare is terrible.
Yeah.
And no matter how rich and famous you are, if you stay in America and to rely on your health care, it's not gonna cut it.
I mean,
So we'll talk about it because, so Gene Hackman specifically, he's 95. He lived to a nice ripe age, but he had been suffering from Alzheimer's. He had married a wife that was 30 years his junior, and she died before him, and he ended up for 7 days with Alzheimer's in his home alone. That's terrifying.
Exactly. Yeah.
All this money and you don't have in-home health care, things like that. You're depending on your wife for your being sole caregiver. Alzheimer's, especially in its advanced stages, is, if you've ever had anybody in your family with you, it's a very terrible disease for everybody involved, especially the person that has it. And you need to do a lot of things. It's not a one person job at all.
Mm-hmm.
And she herself was elderly. Yes, 30 years, but 65 is still pretty old to be doing that.
Yeah.
And so she died of a respiratory illness from rodents.
Yeah, so it was some weird, something like that. Yeah, she passed
And I
away.
guess the dog starved to death because
I heard there was one dog who did, I guess, die from starvation. I guess, but there was two others who lived. Yeah.
Yeah, they got out. They managed to get out. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
think
so that's just terrifying. That's a horrible way for a human being to have to end their life. 7 days scared, nobody to take care of you.
doesn't know where he's at, doesn't know where his
doesn't know
wife's
who he
at.
is.
Yeah.
And to everybody that lives in Santa Fe, they know this couple. They knew this couple. She really, Betsy Akirawa was really just a gem of a person. She set up his golf game. She literally edited his handwritten he wrote novels, and she would by hand, and she would literally type them and edit them and get them sent off to the editor for him.
Yeah,
at 65.
Yeah.
She was really great. She wasn't a gold digger. I really feel like those two were super in love. If you ever been in Santa Fe, you had the pleasure of seeing them out and about. They were real gems of the community. And so this just really was shocking to everybody involved.
Yeah, did I hear something he had basically retired from acting for the last 20 years?
Yeah, he retired in the early 2000s.
Yeah. But
wasn't we'll get into it. He's had heart trouble his whole life because he did he's at a certain time in Hollywood, so he ate too much steak, he drank too much alcohol, he did too many drugs. That's not a secret, and that takes a toll on you. And he just couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah, well, that's why they had an idea when he kind of passed away, because he had a pacemaker, so they were able to
when it stopped. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And plus decomp and things like that. But yeah, it was just just really so sad. Here's this guy worth this much money, and he's just got his wife as his sole caregiving team.
I mean, and that's the other thing. I guess I guess they don't live close, but he has children. There was
he has 3.
Yeah, why didn't
anyone wife
check in on him or anything? Or
well, I heard they didn't really have that great of a relationship too.
Mm-hmm.
So things like that. Just this is what I mean. You need community, and like I said, even rich people take their health for granted. It's it was so the details are just so shocking. It's just really sad.
And from what from what I heard, I mean, again, you hear, you know, famous guys married to a woman 30 years, younger than him. You think, okay, it's one of those relationships, but supposedly they were like madly in
No,
love,
they
and
were. Like I
yeah.
said, you can ask almost anybody in like Santa Fe. Like they really were. They that was connection. And like you have to think about it when you as a person, if you like 30 years, like you're basically committing, like if you're really like in love with a person, to seeing them die way before you do in most
Oh
cases.
yeah, it's pretty much a
Pending
guarantee.
tragedy.
Yeah, it's pretty much a
So
guarantee you're gonna have
for her
to.
to go first is just like wow. Like it was just super sudden too, and like you just never know.
Yeah, because that's the other thing. I mean, he might have lived if if something hadn't happened to her, but
Yeah, I mean, like I say, he's 95, but like just the circumstances that he was just like scared and alone and for
yeah,
7 days and just
and he probably
I just
wasn't.
like that makes me like literally call your grandparents if they're still alive.
Yeah,
Please check on them,
yeah,
kind of thing.
because he probably wasn't eating, and yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
didn't know where she was. Yeah,
yeah. So
told her.
yeah, that just made me really sad. But like, I really like Gene Hackman. Obviously, the first thing I ever saw him in was a Superman movie. But like, I
Mhm.
love like almost all of his movies. Like, he has some really great like. I think like he did like a lot of like weird movies like but I watched a lot of them. But he has like such a variety. Like he was in like Heartbreakers with Sigourney Weaver, The Replacements, Behind Enemy Lines. You know what I mean? Under
Mhm.
Suspicion with Morgan Freeman is one of my favorite ones. Actually,
Yeah, that's the thing.
The Royal Tenenbaums I think is like one
Mm,
of his last movies, and it's so good.
I think he was just like a fan of acting. Like it didn't matter what it was. It was,
Yeah, he didn't care about being a lead or support. He did it all. But I think my favorite thing about him is the fact that he loved to write. And I don't know if a lot of people actually know this. Like he wrote a lot of historical fiction novels. I think it's like 3 or 4 of them. I've read one of like 2 of them, I think. Wait. Justice for None and then what is it? It's an old western one. I
hmm.
can't think of the name of it right now, but I have them here somewhere around the house. But yeah, and that's what he did when he retired from acting. He wrote, and I was like, that's such a great outlet for an actor, you know. And historical fiction is a great genre in and of itself, so many possibilities.
Hmm.
So
And
yeah, like all in all.
did I hear somewhere like they were like big into like the acting thing in like San, in New Mexico, or no, was
Oh yeah, there's like a but yeah, it's Santa Fe is kind of like a really charming town, but it has a lot of like people come there to like do stuff for like
hmm.
creative retreats and stuff like that.
Oh wow, he was born in California. Is one of yours.
1930, like this man's seen it all, literally.
Exactly. I know that always blows my mind. Like I'm just like, yeah, when you're like that old, it's like, yeah, you saw the Great Depression. Well, he probably doesn't remember a lot of the Great Depression, but I mean, you've seen World War II, you've seen all these innovations in
One
technology and
and two.
stuff. Just all the
Yeah.
innovations. You saw the creation of the television and stuff, and now we got all this, internet.
Well, at least sliced bread. He's slightly older than sliced bread. Betty White was older than sliced bread, actually. So we should really have been saying the
Wow.
best thing since Betty White. Just saying. Yeah, but like he had such a very like he started acting in like 1961, and then like his last like movie was in 2004, and then but his last TV appearance, he was like doing some narration for like documentaries, which was in 2017,
Hmm.
and then he kind of gave up on the theater thing, but I mean like in front like in the audience thing in
Mhm.
like 92, but like he like I said he just liked acting.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, yeah, he was active from 1959 to 2004. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, that's just movies. Like I said, 2017 was like the
Hmm.
last like TV credit, the last very last thing he did
Hmm.
in the movie and TV entertainment sphere.
I mean,
Um
the French Connection. Come on.
didn't he win for that? I believe he won
Uh,
Best Actor for that one. And then
yeah.
also a really great movie. If you are of a certain demographic, and they made you watch this in school. I don't know how they got away with it, but they made a lot of schools watch this. And of course, Unforgiving.
Hmm.
Unforgiven was like such a good one too.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he won Best Supporting Actor for that one.
Mm. And of course, he was Lex Luthor in 3 of the 4 Superman Christopher
And then
Reeve
he was
Superman
also
movies.
the voice of Nuclear Man too. So
Yes,
in
yes,
Quest for
yes.
Peace, a little touch Christopher Reeve asked him to do actually.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like even
Mm-hmm.
though you can't be in it, you're gonna still be in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, remember the '90s kids? The Firm, Crimson Tide.
Oh, his '90s run is undefeated.
Oh
Forget
yeah,
it.
Quick and the Dead. Yeah.
It's like him and freaking Robert Redford, like in the '90s. Like forget it.
Oh
Those
yeah.
runs are like unbeatable for men of a particular age. So
Oh, of course. Oh my God, I don't know how many times I've seen this. Enemy of the States
I love that movie.
with Will Smith. Yeah, huh?
I think like his most quirky thing was the Royal Tenenbaums. It took me a minute, but it's like I get it. I get it. It's a Wes Anderson movie. You know, if you know, you know.
Again,
Um,
he was an actor's actor.
Heartbreakers is one of my favorite movies though, with him and Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Love Hewitt. That
Hmm.
movie is hilarious. It's a 2001 comedy, and it's like a romantic crime comedy. If you haven't seen it, listen, you need to watch it.
Oh my
It's got
God,
everybody. It's got Ray Liotta. It's got Jason Lee. Like it's amazing.
Lilith, the '90s and like the early 2000s. Oh, that was my girl. Was Jennifer Love Hewitt?
Of
Yeah.
course, of course. But yeah, like he just did so much, and like I never heard a bad thing about Gene Hackman. Like other than like he loved to live too much. You know,
Mm,
and if that's the worst crime you could have against you, you know, yeah, he got a divorce. He wasn't, you know, but he's a man of a particular age where they really weren't that great with their kids. You know, he was
yeah.
also always off like acting on location when his kids were young, and people get resentful about that, especially if you don't like make amends and stuff. But said it's life. He's human. That's the worst
Mhm.
thing you can have. I mean, as we now know. Good on him.
I mean, he did something right. He lived to 95.
That's crazy. Like you just don't hear that anymore.
I mean, everyone said, all this health stuff these days, but again, I mean, these people back in the day, I mean, they were smoking, they were drinking, they were doing everything, and it's
Well,
like they
also all the food is poison
that's true. That's true.
now. Like literally, that's why all your kids have like allergies to something, sensitivities. It's because the food is poison. It's the if it's not like just like we shouldn't. You know, it's the stuff they put. It's the fertilizer. It's everything. It's
Mhm.
a terrible. We've killed our soil.
Mhm. But no, I mean, again,
Like
he was
who said it? I think I saw it on like, oh my god, no, I'm not. I'm about to be so cringe. I saw it on Facebook. Somebody said, you know, like 3 generations ago, organic food was just called food.
mhm. Mhm.
Like ooh, and we just got like something where it's like okay to put like the horse the cow shit in the water with no regulation. So like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like
Well,
yeah,
regulations are gone now, so
out the window. So it's
Mhm.
like ooh. Yeah, I think like my generation is like the first generation that like literally projected to not live as long as their parents, but
Hmm.
that's kind of messed up. We're
See
kind of
here
regressing here.
see here you go. Hackman was a supporter of the Democratic Party and said he was proud to be included on Nixon's enemies list.
If you weren't on Nixon's enemy list, were you even anybody back
Exactly.
in the 70s?
But it says, however, he spoke fondly about Republican President Ronald Reagan. So
Well,
it's like,
a fellow actor, you see.
wow, true. Okay, yes, you
Listen,
hope.
listen. Ronald Reagan was the devil, but as a person, I heard the Gipper was pretty cool. A lot of people really liked him as a person.
Yeah,
He was like one of the original like pawns though of like machinations of like you know the rich really getting their hooks and lobbying and things like that, and
yeah.
you know, and if you can't see it, you can't see it. He had a lot of handlers. Let's just say that he was kind of like George Bush. It's like I don't know how he got to be president. Oh, his handlers.
Ah, oh, jeez.
Like when you have a vice president that's older than you and has no intention of becoming president, you kind of
Mm,
start seeing things. That's all I'm saying. And
mm,
Ronald Reagan was very much the first guy in the modern era of that vein. So
mm. Oh
I
wow,
think, yeah,
I didn't even know this. Hackman was interested in architecture and design. As of 1990, he had created 10 homes, 2 of which were featured in Architectural Digest.
oh yeah, a very well-rounded Renaissance man. Actually,
Hmm.
I think that's what made him a great actor. Honestly,
Oh my. Hackman was an active cyclist well into his 90s.
Well, listen, Santa Fe is a great place to live
Yeah.
if you can afford it. I'm
At
gonna,
least
I'm
that.
gonna be real.
Yeah.
I know it's New Mexico, and people go, "Ooh," I was like, "It's not Albuquerque. Albuquerque is still pretty decent too, but Santa
Hmm.
Fe is beautiful.
So I mean,
Like that is a great place to retire if you can afford it.
that's another thing.
Don't come to Florida. In other words,
uh,
trying to get all these damn snowbirds out of here.
so I guess he was, getting his exercise. So that's another component.
That's a really important thing to be mentally stimulated, and if you're able to be like physical, get out. Like he golfed a lot, a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, I did see. Yeah, he was a big golfer. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing. Like even though he retired, he stayed active and had other things. Like I know, like a lot of my friends, grandparents, and like I was kind of worried about it when my granddad retired. Like they just kind of die.
Hmm.
Like right after they retire, like they have nothing to like kind of like live for, look forward to.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was kind of like the thing back then. And like, oh, you work and you provide, and then you die. I'm glad we're kind of moving away from that kind of culture. You
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
have a very good work life balance and things outside of work. What you do just shouldn't define you.
Exactly.
I know that's outrageous and cringe to say in a late stage capitalistic society that we live in right now, but it's true. I wish more people would embrace it.
I was a big fan of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We won't hold that against them, will we, folks?
Ah.
It could be worse. He could have been a Dallas Cowboys fan. How about them boys?
Oh, Burns. I said, Walt said he was a big friend with his
Oh,
friend.
Clint Eastwood's tribute to him was so sweet. Like I
Oh,
was really not expecting that because they're kind of like on the opposite spectrums of that. But
well, they probably became friends during Unforgiven.
yeah, very
I mean,
true.
he seemed like an open guy, where it seems like he'd be friends with guys even if they weren't like politically aligned the same way or.
Yeah, even at the Oscars, Morgan Freeman kind of said a really cool tribute to him too. Like
Hmm.
like I said, like all the tributes to him are really sweet.
I mean, I
Not
know
like
he.
how like some people like have just like a like their PR kind of just writes a statement and you just know it's just like kind of a written statement, nothing really
Mhm.
personal.
Hmm.
I didn't feel like any of those were like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when we get to Michelle Trachtenberg, we will talk about
Oh
that.
yeah. But no, I mean it just seemed I mean, I know he acted in a different era, but you never really heard like a lot of like, like cringe stuff about him, right?
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like no, like he wasn't like handsy. Like it doesn't seem like anybody's ever had
Mm.
any allegations like that against him.
Well, I was looking at it because it's like, yeah, he was married to a much younger woman, but the first wife, they were married for like 30 years or something. So it's
Yeah, and again, like I said,
yeah,
it had a lot to do with him acting and always being away, and that takes a toll. And you have 3 kids and you're alone, even though you're married. That does take a toll on a
yeah,
person.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think there was anything like cringy going on. It was just, yeah, he was always away.
He was dedicated to his
It's
work.
his craft. Yeah, he loved acting.
I mean, he solidly worked until his retirement.
Oh
That's
yeah,
insane.
especially like for yeah, from like the 70s to yeah the early 2000s. Yeah, I mean he's just got all kinds of work.
Cranking them out.
Yeah, I mean that first Superman movie, like his name was before Christopher Reeves,
Well, Christopher Reeves was like a nobody.
like an unknown. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the way I like my Lex Luthor. Take notes, studio.
So
I
yeah, I
feel
mean
like Lex Luthor should be the bigger draw, like just in my personal
yeah,
opinion.
I mean Christopher Reeve was a great actor, but that first movie, yeah, I think
Nobody really knew him,
Gene Hackman and
especially
Marlon,
not in America, not in America
yeah,
specifically.
Gene Hackman and Marlon Brando were putting people asses in seats for that
Well,
first.
Marlon Brando, let's be real. It's like, oh, he's
Well,
only in 2 minutes.
well,
God damn it, you got
well,
me again.
well, again, I don't know if people knew that until they got there because there was no internet at the time.
Yeah, exactly. I just know people felt like, oh, they got the rug pulled from under them. They're like, why is he in a spit? What is going on? I can't even tell that's Marlon Brando.
What is the planet Krypton? Go on.
But yeah, like I said, that was like my first exposure. But like, he literally worked through my whole childhood in
Exactly.
tons of movies that I loved.
He's been
So
around since like God, since I've been born. He's been around. That's like, damn. Uh,
like I said, that 90s run is just
oh yeah.
unforgettable, bro.
Again, it's like yeah, Unforgiven
He was even in Ants. which is like one of my favorite DreamWorks
Yeah.
movies ever. Listen, Ants is better than A Bug's Life, and you can argue with the wall or your mama, but you ain't gonna argue with me about that.
Get shorty.
And this is a Pixar girly, I can admit it.
uh, oh, his last movie in 2004, Welcome to Mooseport.
It's a really funny one. Ray Romano could have like stayed home
Mm.
and just they could have just gave it to Gene Hackman.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then he wrote novels and occasionally provided narration, like you said, for television documentaries until 2017.
Yeah. Go read those books. Those books are so good. If you're into historical fiction anyway.
Yeah. So that's probably the biggest things is like for a healthy life is just the exercising and you
Well,
know
they said he
basically
still liked to eat red meat, and yeah, that's really bad on
yeah
your pancreas and your heart. So you want to do well, specifically beef. Maybe try some other red meats like lamb, or if you're adventurous, horse.
yeah yeah, but at least he wasn't like sitting on his ass and eating like that. Again, he was out
Yeah,
cycling and again keeping his mind active, just doing all this stuff.
but they say he was last seen in like March of 2023 publicly. That's crazy.
Hmm. Well, sometimes you figure some of these famous people, they hit their 90s, and they're like, I don't know if I want people to see me, And again, I mean, when did his
Well, yeah, he
Alzheimer's?
also had Alzheimer's like for the last like I want to say they said like the last like 5-6 years.
So when it probably got bad around that time, and the wife was just like, No,
You ain't going nowhere.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
like yeah, it does come to a certain point where yeah, you really need to. It gets like pretty intense.
I mean, she probably had to be with him like 24 hours a day. So it's just like,
Yeah,
no, geez.
it's just it was just so sad. I'm just glad that it wasn't really like foul play. It just seemed like kind of weird the first like couple
Yeah.
impressions that we got. I'm just like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, because the first thing everyone thought it was like a gas leak or something, and then they ruled that out. Then it was like,
Like,
oh.
cause yeah, the wife had a little bit of signs of like the body was kind of like mummifying a little bit. They were saying, and like
Mhm.
so it just seemed really weird that they had died at different times. So it made it seem like
Yeah, you were hoping it wasn't like a murder suicide or something,
yeah,
but then,
and because like I said, family annihilators take out the dog too. So it was just like, oh no.
yeah,
Yeah, so I'm just glad it wasn't weird like that, anything weird like that. It's kind of sad how it happened, but like I said, I hope this is like kind of like a wake up call if you like have like elderly people in your family and just make better plans for them.
yeah, especially if they have like Alzheimer's or something or dementia. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a toll on the whole family, but like you really need to start thinking about planning and stuff like that if you haven't already.
Hmm.
You just don't want this is like just such a sad story that didn't have to happen, and I just wonder like why they weren't doing. Maybe he didn't want people to see him or have it like leaked to the media, and that's another sick sad thing about our society. Everybody wants a juicy salacious thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the wife too was probably like, yeah, I don't want people to see him like this, and he wouldn't want that. And
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you want to make them comfortable and safe too. So like it's a really fine balance and stuff. And it's
mhm.
just like I said, he lived to 95,
Yeah.
so that's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Just sad that that's how he had to go at
yeah.
the end of it.
And like I said, it seemed like he was pretty unproblematic. So
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying. Set up your welfare checks regularly. If you don't go see your nana every week.
exactly.
On a sad, well, not a yeah, kind of on a sadder note. This is like super unexpected. Like, Gene, honest to goodness, I never thought about Gene Hackman, but like, I hadn't heard that he died, so I knew he was alive until like the news broke. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those people that like, I thought he was already had passed away quietly and peacefully, so this was even more like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
the show Trachtenberg was super sudden, like out of
Oh yeah, yeah.
nowhere.
And I mean, way younger, 39.
Yeah, like literally, she's a year younger than me.
I mean,
And I didn't remember. Yeah, she's born in '85. This is my girl too. Like I have seen literally I watched her grow up with myself. You know, like Harriet the Spy was my jam. It was my jam. It was Ice Princess, iconic. If you know, you know. Certain, you have to be of a certain age to really enjoy those Disney movies. But Ice Princess with her head and Pantier and Kim Cattrall, Chef's Kiss, her first thing she did after she left Sex in the City. So just saying,
for some reason, I thought you.
she was that girl.
For some reason, I thought she was younger, but maybe that's because I haven't seen her in anything for a while, and I just remember her
Yeah,
as a
the last thing
child
she
star.
did was Mercy on NBC back in like 2010, I think maybe.
Hmm.
No, she did something else. She did something on Tubi. I want to say that I saw recently, like 2021 maybe.
Hmm.
But yeah, she had kind of left Hollywood for a while, which she probably had to recover after her whole thing on Buffy the Vampire Slayer with Joss Whedon. I think she just definitely needed to take a break, and she showed up
Yeah.
on Gossip Girl doing a few things and stuff
And
like
I
that.
and I
But
think wasn't it last year she got like a liver transplant?
yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And yeah, that takes a lot out of you, and
Oh
that
yeah.
that medicine, the rejection medicine, actually makes you almost as sick as not having the liver. It's kind of a shame we haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, because
But
I
yeah, they
knew.
said she had some other health issues, the underlying health issues as well with the liver plant. Like she always had like headaches and back issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't realize until they were talking about her that yeah, a lot of there's a high like rejection rate for like
Yeah,
transplants and stuff. Yeah.
especially if like which is weird though, because like the liver uh it because it kind of like it has to be pretty bad because it self regenerates pretty well.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, your best chances with that one is having somebody in your family that's a good match, not a stranger.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess she had a stranger, like and it's weird because she was kind of relatively young to have a liver transplant. So I think that's just what the most shocking thing of it is.
I want,
Also,
but
she was by herself. She really didn't have anybody around her to check in on
mm,
her. Like that's another thing. Like post pandemic, like a lot of people lose touch and
hmm.
don't have a circle to check on them and stuff.
Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Last year, yeah, she had to come out and like make a statement about the liver transplant because people were, commenting on her weight loss and
And it's
stuff.
like, bro, have we learned nothing from Chadwick Boseman? Mind your damn business.
Exactly, exactly.
Like,
But again,
honestly, that's the
yeah,
lesson we should have learned.
and again, I mean, it's horrible. But again, a lot of times, again, it could be cancer. It's cancer or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just really shocking. And I kind of feel bad because, like, the responses that I saw, I'm just like, oh, okay.
What people were just like not
They all felt kind of like PR responses, and then the fact that like no tea no shade to Sarah Michelle Gellar. Like I know her and Michelle like at one point were super close, and this is like the second person like in a pretty short time close to her that has like died from like something pretty severe because Shannon Doherty just passed away
mm,
very recently, and they were like besties.
hmm,
And so maybe she was devastated. But I was just like, oh, like, wow, took you that
yeah.
long to
But
respond.
yeah, from what I saw, it seems like I guess maybe since like maybe the transplant and stuff, like she Michelle Trachtenberg had kind of
She got
dropped
rid
out
of,
of she really wasn't seeing anybody or
yeah.
yeah.
Which is no support network. Also why, and like her family didn't want to do an autopsy and everything, and so naturally I went to go see how much she was worth. Just out of like just it was only 7 million, which seems weird, but it also seems weird just as a Buffy the Vampire like reboots announced she kind of passes away, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. Well, the whole
Just a lot
autopsy,
of weird things on
yeah.
this one for me.
I mean, the whole no autopsy thing, I think that's like a Jewish thing.
Yeah, true. It is.
Yeah, that they,
I didn't know that she was practicing, but again, your family, once you're dead, they do what they want.
yeah, they it could be
They do what they want.
family. Yeah, 'cause the whole thing is like I guess they try to bury the
As
deceased
fast
as
as
quickly as
possible.
possible. Yeah, but again, that always seems weird though. They, wouldn't you want to know if
Well, I mean, again, if you just assume there
although
was like no foul play and she just had a liver and,
although maybe
but
the fan,
it was indeterminate
yeah.
though. Is what the coroner said.
I was gonna say, and you would think I thought maybe the family knew, but if they, but if they're still calling it
Well,
indeterminate,
from what I understand, she wasn't that close with her family. Like
oh,
this is all allegedly, but they stole some money from her when she was a kid and things like that.
oh yeah, I was
So
looking at the date she was active. I think she like 3 when she started acting.
yeah, she was. She's very young. So I always kind of raise my eye on that one as well.
And again, I mean, you're 3, 4 years old. You don't know to protect your money.
Yeah. But she kind of has an epic movie list to be so young. I love
Oh, yeah.
17. I think 17 again is my favorite one. next to Ice Princess and Harry the Spy. Also, Richie Rich's Christmas Wish was really good too. These are like my childhood. You don't understand. Like
Mhm.
at the top. So
Three Saturn
she's in a
Awards.
ton of she's in All My Children, like just like Sarah Michelle Gellar. So they had that in common. She was in Dave's World, the cartoon. Uh, so yeah, it's just so sad. So
Mhm.
this is like just really unexpected. Like February was a tough month in 2025.
Oh, I know. Did anyone else pass away? Because again, I mean,
There's always tons of people. Unfortunately, we're at
well,
that
especially
point.
this year, yeah. Because people are always like, "Oh, it comes in threes."
Oh, she also did reprise a little voice work on Harry by the animated show. I thought that was really cool.
Hmm.
That was back in 2023 when she was still like out and about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always wonder. I mean, I know people love the craft of acting, but I'm just like, it's probably a relief sometimes when you get the voiceover stuff because it's like you don't have to worry about what you look like, and.
Yeah, I think voice acting is also its own special skill that not everybody can do. And she
Oh
did.
yeah, you know.
I thought she did a couple of other voice acting stuff too. But yeah, I don't know. It just makes me sad when somebody's like you're around your age and they die. That just oof. It gives you like it gives you like a little existential dread.
Remind you.
It's one thing when 95-year-old Gene Hackman dies. If
Yeah,
it's just like a
exactly.
lot of heart like health complications, and you're just like somebody is like, ooh, liver too. I'm like, ooh, should I stop drinking? Maybe I should stop drinking.
Someone around your age, yeah, you're just like, oh god, I'm at that age where people can just like start dying.
It's like when you go to your 10-year high school reunion and like you like some people like go to your 5-year reunion, go to your 10 like, but when you go to your 20th reunion, there's a good solid chunk of people that are gone after
Oh
20
yeah,
years.
yeah,
So it's just like ooh, that's what it kind of felt like. I was just like, oh yes, mortality check.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, this one is also sad. Like, all the money in the world, just really your health is your most important thing. Mental and physical.
Exactly.
I think is what everybody should draw from that, and really having a support system around you.
Mm. Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's my biggest thing that I want to pull from on these two. Like I said, one was like 39, one was 95, but again, both didn't have those support systems set in place to really, you know, so they didn't die alone and scared.
Hmm. So yeah, I mean, yeah, take care of your health, kids.
Yeah. Start start thinking about it if you haven't been. It's really important. I didn't know she moved back to New York though. That was the thing that threw me. I thought she said she was done with New York and LA.
Hmm.
I don't know. This one still feels a little suspicious to me.
Well, again, it's always going to feel suspicious, when there's no autopsy or
When it's
anything.
sudden, no autopsy, yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to see if there's any other news.
Oh yeah, there's always tons of news.
So hey, what's the latest on Blake Lively?
Like I said, I've low key been kind of quiet about my Blake Lively hate just because Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, but like also like ever since kind of those scab allegations, I can kind of see it.
Mm,
I'm just saying, I can kind of see it. Like they've been kind of Hollywood's darling a little bit too much, but at the end of the day, just like I said about Ben Affleck and J Lo's wedding, he got married on a plantation. I'm always gonna side eye you. And the way that also what rubbed me really the wrong way about It Ends With Us, like, hello, this is like domestic violence, and you're telling bitches to wear florals to the movie premiere like it's some kind of goddamn Wicked premiere, like just icky. The whole thing was icky.
yeah, did I see stories? I mean, again, I guess to be married to her, but maybe Ryan Reynolds isn't the great guy everyone thought he was.
I've been kind of getting those vibes, but I heard that back in his Van Wilder days.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But he kept getting work, but which doesn't mean anything clearly. Yeah, I heard that. Like, matter of fact, I think Jenna Elfman might have said something. I can't find that article because the internet's not forever. Actually, you can get things scrubbed. But yeah, I thought I read that somewhere.
Well,
But
yeah,
you know, people grow up, they learn, they mature.
yeah, you make enough
And
money
you
for
know,
Hollywood.
America's favorite, America's sweethearts are always Canadian, right?
Yeah,
But I've always had a little bit of beef with Blake Lively because I'm a Gossip Girl fan, and I'm all about Leighton Meester, and Leighton Meester has like thrown subtle shade, and everybody kind of knows that Serena, like no matter how much Blake denies it, Blake Lively and her character Serena Vanderwoodson have a lot in common.
oh
A lot
my.
in common. It's why she always like kind of rebuffs at that character and things like that. The lady doth protest too much.
uh,
So yeah, I mean, like I'm open to both sides being. They're probably both wrong. At the end of the day, they're both, you know.
well, yeah, it's Hollywood. I don't think anyone's completely innocent as anything.
Exactly.
But
But like the way people have been covering this is just wild. Like you need to be neutral. Do not take sides. Publications should not be taking sides. Like that, what was that? The Hollywood Reporter had that thing that everybody was like mad about. And I was just like, "Ugh, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Let's
yeah,
just
but
see."
they
Like a
are
lot of
they
text
all?
messages and like all of this. I'm just like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, but like publications like that, are they all afraid? Oh, if we badmouth someone too much, no one's going to come talk to us now. And
They're the literal the publication next to it's like two or three publications that like they can do what they want.
yeah,
They're literal Hollywood institutions and they can do what they want. But yeah, I don't know. I hope they figure it out soon and just settle it because like this has been going on way too long.
what?
I feel like the Harvey Weinstein
Oh,
freaking trial took less time than this.
where's the Epstein list already? Come on.
Oh, I mean, we've had the flight logs forever. Where have you
Yeah.
been? That's all we're gonna get. That's all they're ever gonna give us. And it's like, oh, you redacted his name, but we already knew that. Like, what? Don't get me started on the Epstein thing. Don't get me started.
Uh, too
It's
many
like,
big.
yeah, another reason why he probably became president besides not wanting to go to jail. To have better control and spin over that. So, you know, to each his own. If you can get away with it, hey.
Oh, damn.
This is kind of how I feel at this point. Look, like I think political news is just taking over pop culture news, and I'm so pissed off. I think that's the worst thing about this presidency so far. Like, I just want to have fun, man. I'm here
Mm.
for a good time, not a long time. I'm just trying to have fun, man.
At this point, that's all I want in a president is that where I don't have to think about you on a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's all I'm saying. I just wanna have fun, and there's no fun to be had.
did you see a SpaceX rocket could barely get off the ground?
We're losing recipes. And this is what I mean. This is why Space Day is Saturday, not a Thursday, not a Tuesday, not Houston, Texas, or Cape Canaveral, Florida. If you live by the traditions, you'd probably have better results. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not staying up Thursday night to watch a goddamn flight launch. I'm just
They don't want you to watch in case stuff starts breaking off.
That's the whole, like, listen, NASA, we need, like, this is where I want my tax dollars to go. I don't want a billionaire landing on Mars. I want USA on Mars right now. Not a rich billionaire. Not Jeff Bezos, not Elon Musk, not at some, no, I want us, NASA, on Mars.
Send the billionaire up because the way they're building shuttles.
No, he's gonna try to call him. Listen, he's
They're not going to
already
be able to get
saying that he
Lilith.
wants slave labor on Mars. No, keep him off that fucking
Lilith, they're not
planet.
going to be able to get back the way they build these shuttles these days.
I don't want him there. I don't want him to be the Martian, and I don't want the soil filled with his poop, okay?
Oh!
If you've ever seen The Martian with Matt Damon, you would get that reference.
Well,
I want us. Like, we need, like, that's where I want my tax money to go. We already have, like, we now have, like, we've already officially had a private company land on the moon now, something that we haven't done in decades. I don't like it. I don't want corporations in space.
No,
I mean, I don't really want government in space, but if it's going to be government in space, I want it to be the USA because at the end of the day, I'm still a fucking American, okay? Cue the eagle call, you know?
Oh, nice,
I
nice.
want NASA back in business. I want us building our own shuttles again. I don't although Boeing is a little sketchy. Ain't gonna lie, like I understand, but maybe we get Lockheed Martin and we just forget about Boeing. Maybe we cancel that contract. I don't know, but I want our actual country and not corporations in space. Call me crazy.
Oh, you should run for office. Yes.
I'm just saying.
You slay, girl. Well, no.
I'm very passionate about the space race. Like that was like my favorite. Like that's like my favorite part of history.
Oh yeah. I mean, remember when we
It's the
thought
most
we?
interesting thing about scientific applications. Like that is the end goal to me. Like to
Mhm.
colonize the universe and finally have the aliens say, "Hey, get the fuck out of here and kill us all."
Oh, if we can't go to space, if we can't.
I just want us to go into space so they can finally see that hey, they're a threat and they come annihilate us and I can get off this mortal coil. That is
Oh
my
my.
dream.
I mean, I hate to tell you, but you know who the first person in on Mars is going to be, right? Well, not person, but the first thing on Mars is going to be, right? A Dollar Tree.
Dollar General, actually. Yeah. Absolutely is gonna be a Dollar General. Damn it.
How they get up here?
That
I
would
mean,
be so funny.
if we can't explore deep space, how about getting down into the bottom of the ocean? I mean, I could see you in a secret.
No. We don't want the kaiju to come get us.
I could see you
No,
with
no, 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 no.
I could see you with a little house down at the bottom of the ocean, the deepest part of the ocean.
Man, anything to get away from humans, honestly, at this point. Oh, they're still like, yeah. I obviously I'm not gonna go to the guy who built the thing that had the billionaires explode, but
Oh,
maybe I do want to live in a submarine. I don't know.
not a submarine. You got to build like a little dome or something at the bottom of the
I'm
ocean.
not SpongeBob. I don't want to live in a pineapple under the sea.
Uh,
Gary, Gary. I don't know. I couldn't live in the. I like being surrounded by the ocean, but I don't like to be like. I don't like to actually be in the ocean. Like I like living off the coast and stuff like
Mm.
that. But I don't. Man, the water and the air is face humans aren't supposed to be. If we did, we'd have gills or wings. That's all I'm saying. Mind your damn business.
Who lives in a biodome under the sea? Lilith ran pants.
I just have a whole thing like we. I just need the aliens to come destroy us so Earth can get back to how it's supposed to be. Maybe we could get maybe dinosaurs will regenerate, you know? Like that's the biggest Mandela effect. Like I just wanna be in a world where the meteor didn't kill all the dinosaurs and I didn't have to exist. Okay?
Oh God, can you imagine? There's a big tie up on the
It's what
405.
kept the aliens away. I'm telling you, they looked and they said, hell no.
Oh yeah.
Earth, we can't go to Earth ever. So nobody tell them that the dinosaurs are dead, please.
The dinosaurs are not dead. They're just running Washington right now.
They're not even the good dinosaurs.
Uh-uh.
Like I'm just so sick of politics. I just want to have fun. Like there's no good movies out. There's nothing. Like it's just a wasteland. It's a
And
pop
again,
culture wasteland right now.
I know.
The
I
Oscars
know.
were a fucking joke.
Mm-hmm.
Like the no tea no shade. No tea no shade. Like I love Kieran. I love all my Coken boys, obviously. But like he's actually not been acting that long and he didn't deserve that win because of category fraud. Like he was the lead of that movie. Like we need to stop category fraud at the Oscars.
I mean, it's the whole problem with pop culture. It's just like they used to let people be creative. Now it's just everything comes down to money because of the corporations.
I mean, yeah, greedy corporations are afraid to take. Everybody's risk averse, and I
Mm-hmm.
get it. And I was like, maybe we just we can't really lower the interest rate to make people want to take chances again right now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we could, but it'll just take the economy more than it is. And I don't know. I just want to go back to like 2014, 26, like 2012 to 2016. Like 2016 was the last time I think I was actually happy, like with society and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really do. Well, because you gotta think all the tech upstarts were like give like Airbnb dirt cheap. You get like a room for $1. You can get a Lyft, you can get an Uber, you can get Door. Like they were subsidizing. Now that everybody, well, I'm not hooked on this stuff anymore. Like I don't go anywhere and I cook my own food because fast food bad unless it's Arby's or Taco Bell because I want them to sponsor us.
Yes. Me.
Everybody else can suck it, but and Pizza Hut.
Yes. Oh. Oh my
Yeah.
lord.
I just want to have fun, and it's just not fun anymore. And I don't know if it's just because I'm old or the world just sucks or both.
A little column A, a little column B.
Like I don't even want to go out. It's like, oh, measles are on the rise, and I'm just like, I'm not getting another measles shot. Those things fucking hurt. So I'll just stay home.
Little not getting the jab.
If they let you jab at myself, I'd be totally fine. But those nurses suck lately. Like, no, I don't want. Listen, the nurses are too young. I
Wow.
need a nurse with the name like Hattie or something. Like, I don't want nobody named Ashley where it's spelled Leigh. No offense, no tea, no shade.
See her on her
I
smartphone. Yeah,
want
you
me
know
an
what?
old Filipino nurse that knows how to get it on the first try.
Oh, you know what's the weirdest thing? And I know it's like, it's a medical thing, it's a scientific thing, but you know what the weirdest thing is? Again, for the new job I'm getting, I had to go for a pee test, and I'm just like, it's so weird, just like going in a bathroom, peeing in a cup, and then handing
Well, it could have
your
been worse. They could have asked for sperm, Phil.
at least it would have been fun. But no,
Little magazine, little
exactly.
video. Actually, I do video now, but yeah.
Oh my. Well, how do you know?
That's what my friend told me.
Wow.
And remember, you gotta remember, I am around a ton of like post grad kids that need
Mhm.
money.
Oh, okay. But that was just, I mean, I know it's a medical and everything, but it's just so weird handing a stranger a cup of your urine, you know?
I know what. Well, I guess they don't want to pay for the accurate mouth swabs or anything.
Oh, maybe. I
So
don't know.
that's really weird that we're still peeing in a cup in 2025.
I mean, maybe, and again, maybe it's the new job just
It's the
request
cheapest way
that.
to do it, from my
Oh,
understanding. But I thought we had a more accurate mouth swab. I know most Home Depot actually does the mouth swab like right then
mhm.
and there. So I don't know why like a big corporation can't do. Well, Home Depot is a huge corporation, but I know
As long
they.
as you're not drawing blood, I don't care. That's stuff like
I feel like hair is a little too invasive. That's kind of where I draw the line.
hair.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not getting a hair sample. I'm sorry, but it's not gonna happen.
Uh,
Yeah, I can't believe we're still peeing in cups in 20. That's a good point, Phil.
thank you, thank you.
We should find something better.
It's just so weird.
Or how about we don't care? Like,
Well,
once
I
you're driving
mean,
a fucking bus or a plane, why should I? And like, I've seen drunk pilots, so like, and
well,
Elon Musk does ketamine, so like, really, honestly, we shouldn't have drug tests at all. I feel that that's very classist, actually. If I want to have a little party on the side on the weekends, it's none of your business. As long as I'm not doing it on company time, you shouldn't care.
well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if maybe they overlook like marijuana at this point, but like if you're doing like
Well, if
meth or
it's is
something,
it? It's not
sure.
legal in Pennsylvania, though, right?
Not unless it's medical. Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, I know.
Oh, you guys have medical?
Yeah, there's dispensaries up here. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
When
I
are
think
the
I,
Amish gonna start growing it? That's what I. When the Amish have it, I might start
once it's
getting it.
legal, probably.
They need to get a medical license. The Amish do everything better. They do.
Oh, hellfire weed. Oh,
No, I'm not Mike Tyson. I can't. I don't want to get into that. Like the green rush has been over for a decade. Like it's
oh,
just all
really?
big companies now. It's the
Oh,
tobacco companies that are actually have their hand in most things.
big business ruins
Most like
everything.
yeah, I don't really even like medical dispensaries because it's gonna have the same. It's starting to have the same problems as like commercial crops. A lot of
Yeah.
like pesticides and not. Yeah, it's just not healthy. Like it's not healthy. Like they don't have healthy product really.
Well, that's why we need
So
small
I'll do
entrepreneurs.
concentrates and stuff like that, but
Okay. That's just
I haven't done flour in forever. Like that's not my thing. It's too mm-mm.
again, you and Justin can go into business.
Oh
Scream
yeah,
it.
Agents of Smash. Get your 69 strain, your 420 pineapple strain.
Uh, oh Lord, put that Namor strain in your mouth.
Exactly. Imperious Rex, absolutely.
Just what I always wanted in a man.
Oh man. Do we what I mean besides Thunderbolts and Superman Legacy, are there any other is there anything coming out
Fantastic Four.
interesting? Hmm. Okay.
I thought you were excited for Fantastic Four.
I am, but I'm not.
Cautiously optimistic. Cautiously, I know.
Cautiously neutral.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say
I
optimistic
can't
now.
believe that we have to. I feel like they should cancel the rest of Phase 6 and just get to Phase 7 because that's the mutant saga. Like, nobody cares about anything with mutants looming, bro. Like, be so fucking serious with me, Marvel. What are you doing?
Are they? Are they coming after Secret Wars or no?
That's what they're saying. Whatever Phase 7 is, whenever Phase 7 starts, which is 2027, that allegedly is the target goal for Phase 7. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
cancel Phase 6 and give me my fucking mutants, okay?
I know. I
Marvel.
know. Although I think I did see. I don't know if they're doing like a series on Disney Plus where they're gonna like introduce like some of the X Men and then I guess spin a movie out of that maybe.
Have they learned nothing? And can you just finally stop playing around? We all know Armor Wars is canceled. Stop trying to dangle hope. Nobody cares about Armor Wars anymore. You know why? Because Tony Stark's fucking dead.
Exactly. That's the whole point of the comic. It was Tony Stark centric.
It's like, you blew it. You blew it. Let it go. And we're just gonna put freaking Armor Wars around Riri Williams. We all know this. So just stop dangling that carrot.
I mean, is there any possible chance that they're going to spin that whole Doom thing into a return of Tony Stark?
If they were smart, they would, but it still would piss off real fans.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, unless he's like a variant or something,
We'll
they'll do the
see.
whole Deadpool Wolverine thing. Oh
I'm
no,
sick of the multiverse. I'm sick of variants.
I know, but is it just it could be the Deadpool Wolverine thing? Oh, the original still heroically died. This is just a different version.
Just give me Chris Evans in a skin tight suit and call it a fucking day, okay? He should have
Oh
actually been
my!
Sentry. I think personally that's who they should have cast for Sentry if we're gonna do that.
who gives a crap about Sentry?
Well,
They met.
he's coming. Like that's the Thunderbolts
Hey,
villain.
oh, I know. It's just
That's who they should have got because he would have looked way better in the suit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. A little
Chris
cape.
Evans can get it all day, every day.
Or he could have been the alter ego Void. I don't care. However you want to spin it. However you want to spin it. That's who should have been there. And they're blowing it. They're blowing it big time. Oh, let's talk about Invincible. Because we are on I think that was the penultimate episode, right?
yes. Take a drink, future Lilith. Yes.
Future Lilith, it's Saturday morning, Phil. I got a mimosa.
Oh, you just brought it up so you could drink. Okay.
Present Lilith, take a drink.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that up. Next episode, yeah, we are going to do the finale, the season 3 finale. So
I feel like because it just reminded me because we were talking about multiverses and variants. I really didn't like that fight.
what?
I didn't think it was brutal enough. All the Invincibles from the different alternate universes.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to be cutting back on stuff, just like you said, the sex scenes. I mean, when he gets raped by the Viltrumite, unless that's coming, but
I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, it is kind of fundamental, but we don't need rape scenes. Rape scenes shouldn't be fundamental in entertainment.
yeah, true,
I'll
true,
take
true.
that stance, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, any sexual content, some of the violence. I mean, did we
Yeah,
need
we
it?
have. I mean, kid. I guess they saved it for Kid Omni Man. That was the most brutal thing we were gonna get.
Yeah,
I don't know the Angstrom Levy thing. Like I said, I already knew it, and he just didn't even feel like a threat. Like
I'm just like, oh god, we're still dealing. I know. I've read the comic, but I'm like, we're still dealing with him.
yeah, I was hoping there was gonna be like a twist, and it was freaking the GDA. And Eve, I think him and Eve are gonna break up for a little bit now too, and she should have
Oh.
listened. This is the only time that I say she should have. A woman should listen to a man. She should have listened.
Oh.
I fucking hate her parents though, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's the point.
Can a building fall on them, please?
They're horrible. I mean, especially that.
Oh my god, I totally thought they were gonna kill his friends, and I'm just like, oh thank god.
Yeah, I know.
They were like, yeah, she was at her boyfriend's.
Well, yeah.
Get away from the window, stupid! This is your first world-ending event.
I was
like
waiting
the whole world's destroyed. Like holy shit, man!
I was waiting for what's his face.
It's perfect time for the Viltrumites to show up. Actually,
I was waiting for what's his face to be like, no, your mom's fine. She rode the whole thing out banging her boyfriend.
Cecil would never. He's too scared. He's got no backup right now. Poor Donald go out and fight, and like I think they glossed over the Brit thing way too quickly. Like I thought that was a really interesting thing from the comics that they just kind of glossed over too much.
Oh my god! And Rex.
Oh man, but like Rudy's gonna make a clone of him. It's okay. He'll be back. Don't you think? Right?
Maybe the skeleton. I got one thing left.
My skeleton. That was crazy.
Whatever.
That was sad though. I was just
yeah.
Oh, he said everything's going good for him. God damn it! Why'd you open your mouth, Rex? That's literally the trope. It's like, oh, everything's going good for a character. Oh, they finna die. They about to die.
It would have been any worse. He would have been like,
old Foggy.
Oh no, he did say it, didn't he? Say that what's her face? I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, I said that too. I was watching. I always say he'll be right back. He won't be back.
No.
That was a good fight scene. I wish I would have saw more of the fight with the Guardians though, and then like finally, I thought we were gonna have Darkwing 2 around forever.
Yeah, I mean he's probably gonna pop up because again, missing and
No, he's got to stay in the Shadowverse too.
Remember comics, if you don't see a body.
I know, but like he doesn't have to come back. He's not pertinent to anything as far as I'm concerned.
I know.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, where's Alan the alien and freaking Omni-Man when you need him?
I know we got nothing about them this episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really have like a cutscene or
what? We did get that Viltrumite showing up at the end. It's like, oh,
I just want to hit something.
Earth isn't prepared. Oh yeah, the minute they cut the black.
It's like, babes, look around. Just take over.
I knew that's what they were gonna do, but the minute that thing cut the black, as they were about to hit each other, I'm like, son of a bitch.
I didn't like the Invincible bit this episode either, though.
Oh yeah. Well, they had to get right to it.
Well, also, I didn't like the Invincible bit from the last time with Powerplex either.
Yeah. Well, I know there was a quick scene at the end there, and I'm sure we'll get more of it for the finale. But I was looking at the credits. Do you know who did the voice of that Viltrumite who showed up?
Who?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Wow, he's out there getting shekels.
Oh yeah, he getting paid. Well, again, I mean, I don't know if he had anything to do with it, but Steven Yeun, those two worked together on Walking Dead, so.
Well, yeah. Also, Kirkman. So.
Yeah, Kirkman. Yeah.
I think he said it was like the best choice they ever did, or something in The Walking Dead.
What? Jeffrey Dean Morgan? Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean, have you seen any of his stuff as Negan?
It rejuvenated the franchise for sure. Well, I mean, like this is the crazy thing. Like people love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Like as a Supernatural fan, I get it.
I mean, again, yeah, chews up the scenery with a knife and fork. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Wait.
Little pig, let me in. This is the kind of thing that just tickles my balls. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Which is funny though, because like his spinoff from The Walking Dead's not doing the best. It's Norman Reedus' spinoff that's doing the best. That's just crazy to me.
I mean, they've only done one season of the Negan one, Negan and Maggie, and that was only like those spinoffs now are only like 5 or 6 episodes. Yeah, so
I'm just saying, like everybody's been really clamoring for the Norman Reedus one, even over the Negan one. So I thought that was just really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like I'm not a Walking Dead TV show.
Well, they're waiting for his character and Carol to get together and.
The power of shippers, man.
No, nobody wants Negan and Maggie together. I mean, he killed her husband, so. He killed Steve. I thought that was so.
Jeffrey D. Morgan characters have done worse. There's worse Jeffrey D. Morgan characters.
I was
John Winchester? No.
I just thought it was so hilarious that the fight at the end of this episode this week on Invincible. Someone was like, "Oh God, he killed him on Walking Dead." On Walking Dead.
So at least our Invincible is the strongest Invincible in all of the multiverse. How convenient for us.
Because it's the Prime Universe, I guess.
Is it
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
I think that would be a fun little plot twist. But I don't think we're really going to go past the comics this time.
No.
So if we were going past the comics, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
But Kirkman has more control over this show, too.
Yeah.
So
The one with the mohawk was just insane.
We saw somebody with some mommy issues.
You
I
lost your
came back to
mommy.
bring mom with me.
You lost your mommy. Where?
That one that was like, Mom, I'm hurt. I need you. Oh, she's not here. God damn it.
Well, I'm trying to remember from the comics. I was waiting for all of them to be like, see Oliver and be like, "Who's that?"
Yeah. Oliver, actually, this really changed Oliver. I like that. Like, he actually seems like he cared and wants to help now.
Oh yeah. Well, I think Mark and his
He
mom
was
got
really
through to him,
pushing
be
the
like,
envelope there.
yeah. Because when she doesn't want to let him go, he's like, you want me to care about people? This is me caring about people. I need to go help.
He actually did help. He didn't even really like. He had restraint. Like he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't walking through people anymore.
Well, I think now would have not been the time for restraint. But like, yeah, if you can kill those Invincibles, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I felt really bad. He's like, Mark. Oh, not Mark.
Because that was one who was like, who's he? What?
Somebody's gotta die. Nobody's gonna die. Okay. Eve's not gonna die. Oliver's not. Debbie's not. I thought they were gonna kill Debbie this episode. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, if Debbie dies, I'm out of here. I'm not finishing. I told the kids, I'm like, I'm not finishing this.
Oh God. No. Okay, at least not yet. They're not killing her because again, she has to have that reunion with Omni Man.
Maybe not.
But yeah.
Maybe her and Paul ride off into the sunset. I don't know.
Ew.
But yeah, Invincible's been pretty good this whole season. It got off to a little bit of a slow start, but I was still enjoying like the character development. I'm so pissed about not having they gypped me on the sex scene again.
Yeah.
I was like, superhero sex scene, come on, man, it's animated. It's rated MA.
Exactly. Let's give us some softcore. Come on.
Is it rated PG-13? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Couldn't they at least give us some softcore or something? Come on.
Little side boob, little ass crack, something.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah, TV's been really like outside of like Daredevil. Like I said, I kind of don't watch Irrationals live. I don't watch. I've been like really putting my Peacock hail to good use. I binge watched all of Brilliant Minds with Zachary Quinto. 13 episodes. It's a cute little medical procedural. What else did I watch on NBC? Found. I watched I tried to watch another episode of season 26 of Law and Order. I just can't do it. I don't know these people. I don't care about these people.
Yeah, I started we started the first couple episodes of the new seasons of the Law and Order, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, you can wrap it up, babes. It's okay.
Especially
Olivia can get her finally get her happy ending, and we can get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially SVU, when you're on your 26th season, I'm like, yeah, you can let it go.
And I feel like they did 2 minutes a case, and everything's like a personal issue. Like, I don't care about that new detective and her dad. I don't give, who the fuck is she? She didn't earn this.
You gotta put in a couple seasons before we care about your personal life.
I was like, I don't care that your dad was like some legendary cop. You're like the 5th person. Sit that line. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with SVU. I was like, I was like, maybe I should start from the beginning. Should I do a full binge?
What, of SVU?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Every time Kragen leaves, though, I always stop. Yeah. Kragen was one of my favorite characters, top 10 characters. Ice-T better get ready to go do something. He better go back on tour, hit the road. Him and Coco maybe get an OnlyFans. I don't know.
Oh my.
No writings on the wall there, bud.
Oh my.
Because you got to think about it. Dick Wolf also has the Chicago franchise too. So,
mhm.
which is like younger, hotter people. Like if we're gonna
Yeah.
be really honest.
Okay, Invincible's rated 18 plus. So come on.
18? What? 18? That's all we got?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Amazon.
Where's our titty? Come on.
Oh, maybe they're saving it up for the MGM Plus Bond show. I don't know.
Oh God.
They're working on it, so.
All right. Should we get out of here?
Get out of here. There's nothing to talk. Like I said, there's nothing to talk about. Nothing to get wet about.
Oh my. Yeah, no sex scenes. Come on.
There's nothing to get wet about anyway.
These young people don't. Would America get horny again? Come on. All right. So next time, like I said, we're going to cover the season finale of Invincible. So hear a lot more about
we
that.
have something cooked up for the Irrational series / season / maybe series finale. So
yeah, but I mean that's like what is that, like
month away.
Month away, yeah.
Get caught up. Time to binge it if you haven't been watching it. Don't miss out.
Yep.
Hey, is Night Court still on?
Yeah. I don't think it was on this past week, but yeah, it's still on.
Yeah, I went to go look for it. I didn't see it, so.
Yeah, they had another. Oh, well, one of the last episodes, they had another appearance by Marsha Warfield.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
She's still alive. Good for her.
Yeah. I was gonna say her and John Larroquette are the only two remaining original cast members. So they should bring her in more. All right, so. All right, so yeah, send us your thoughts on all the pop culture. Gene Hackman, Michelle Trachtenberg. Again, Invincible, because we're covering the finale next episode. So.
Oh, did we decide what we were doing for our 100th yet?
I thought you wanted to do like the 100 conspiracy theories or something, but why, you have another?
100 something. I just haven't figured it out. I gotta figure it out pretty soon.
I know. Hold on, let me look at the. Because I was gonna say, I think we have a little bit of time because I have stuff on the schedule for. Because episode 100 probably isn't gonna hit until at least June, so.
Okay.
So. Got time to think about it. All right, so. Oh, look, guess what I fixed?
What?
Bio. All right.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, kids, send us your thoughts. Again, all this pop culture crap. Email us, CapesandLunatics,
or lack thereof.
Exactly. saltyandpetty69@gmail.com. Or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. You can find every episode of everything we do at CapesLunatics.wordpress.com. You can also help support us and all the shows by buying merch from TeePublic or Spring. And again, Lilith demands that you rain random money on us through the Cash App link. She has an underground. She has an under the sea evil villain layer to build. So. Finish your money.
No, I'm gonna put my evil layer in a volcano. Clearly.
Hey, surrounded by all that magma.
Exactly. Piping hot magma.
Magma and freaking sharks with freaking laser beams.
I definitely need a little cash out for the laser beams on top of the sharks' heads, please and thank you.
How about no?
And of course the Patreon, where again, Lilith and I give you something exclusive and uncensored every month.
What are we doing for March?
Did we come up with something?
I don't know. Did we?
I don't know.
Well, suggestions are still open, apparently.
Yes, because when you do subscribe to the Patreon, thank you. Yes, you can suggest topics for us to discuss, as Justin has done many times, and Ray did once when we shamed him into doing it.
The path of shame is pretty good, pretty great.
Yeah, you know what a good time she's had with a 25-year-old just with shame kids. All right, so yes, so subscribe to the Patreon, get on board. Patreon.com/capes and lunatics.
Lunatics.
Listen, brutal than ever.
Wait, wrong podcast. Sorry.
Oh,
that's naughty.
that's what you'll be saying, kid. And again, well, again, you can find Lilith Hellfire, you can find myself, you can find Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network, all on Blue Sky. And again, tell us if you want some live skeeting going on.
Well, maybe if we just get like a group of people, it won't be so awkward. If it's just whereas it's just me and you.
Yes. Skeet. And remember, kids, if you're into all the new shows and stuff, over on Capes and Lunatics podcast, Lilith and myself, and Mr. Craig Wright, writer Mr. Craig Wright, are reviewing every episode of Daredevil Born Again on DW.
It's just, I love your reflex. Wait, not yet.
The
Devil, you know.
Reviewing the Daredevil Born Again. Like immediately following the episodes, kids. So yes, go watch live when it drops at 9:00, and then come join us right here on the YouTube.
Gotta brush off my media literacy skills a little bit. Get that brain processing.
All right, so yes, so it's a good time to be a Capes and Lunatics fan. Thank you for joining us again next week. The season 3 finale of Invincible.
So we got like 2 more left.
What?
Season.
Yeah, what? 2 more left? What?
Of Invincible, how many more seasons do you think?
I don't know. I was going to ask you. Well, I'd say at least 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think 2. We might
Did you
split
say-
it up.
Did you say 5 was like the magic number or something?
Yeah, I think so.
It's usually 69.